Good morning, friends. Myself, Anushra Soni, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering. Our today's topic of discussion is analysis of variance, that is ANOVA. Analysis of variance basically compares the means between the groups and determine whether any of those means are equal or different from each other. It determines that all groups we have taken are from the same population or from the different population. Here are the content. Introduction. In introduction, we discuss various statistical tests. What is ANOVA? In this, we discuss about the ANOVA. Now, different types of ANOVA: one-way ANOVA and two-way ANOVA. What is ANOVA? ANOVA is a statistical technique specially designed to test whether the means of more than two quantitative populations are equal. It is developed by Sir Ronald A. Fisher. It compares the means of the groups and determines whether any of those means are significantly different from each other. It determines whether all groups are taken from common population or not. If the means are equal of all the groups, then the groups are taken from the same population. It may seem odd that the technique is called analysis of variance rather than analysis of means. The name is appropriate because inferences about means are made by analysis of variance. If we have to calculate means, then we have to calculate variance. We can go up to the means by calculating or by analyzing the variances. There is an example. A study conducted among men of age 18 to 25 years in community to assess effect of SES on BMI. By this example, we can see how one-way ANOVA and two-way ANOVA are different from each other. There are three tables: lower SES, middle SES, higher SES. Lower SES has five number of persons, middle SES is 6 number of persons, and higher SES is 5 number of persons, and here is the mean of different groups. Now ANOVA. ANOVA has three types: one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA and three-way ANOVA. In one-way ANOVA, we can see how the variances are in the groups, like effect of SES and on BMI. Here we see the effect of SES on BMI. There is only one independent factor and one dependent factor. In two-way ANOVA, effect of age and SES on BMI. Here one factor also included, that is age. In three-way ANOVA, we have included again one factor, that is diet. That is effect of age, SES and diet on BMI. As we increasing from one-way ANOVA to three-way ANOVA, the levels of the groups are increases. ANOVA with repeated measures, it compares equals to or more than three group means where the participants are same in each group. Now we will discuss one-way ANOVA. One-way ANOVA has one independent variable with two levels. Two-way ANOVA has two independent variable, or it can have multiple levels. In one-way ANOVA, we have only two levels within the groups. One-way ANOVA or single factor ANOVA determines means of more than or equals to three independent groups significantly different from each other. Here are these arrows are of different colors, and these different color arrow signifies the four groups of significantly different from each other by their color. Only one independent variable, factor or grouping variable with three levels, three or more than three levels. Here grouping variable will be nominal and outcome variable will be in interval or ratio. Grouping variable means the variable in the groups should be in nominal category. Here are the steps. First step is the null and alternative hypothesis. Second step is alpha, state alpha. Third state is calculate degrees of freedom. Fourth is state decision rule. Fifth, calculate state statistic. There are two state statistics: calculate variance between samples and calculate variance within the samples, and last one is calculate F statistic. We can find the ANOVA by F statistics. For this, we have to find the variance between the samples and variance within the samples. Hypothesis. What is hypothesis? Hypothesis is a simple proposition that can be proved or disproved through various scientific techniques and establishes the relationship between independent and dependent variables. Here we state two hypotheses, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. If null hypothesis satisfy the condition, then we will go for the null hypothesis, and if it does not satisfy the condition, then we will go for alternative hypothesis. Alpha. What is alpha? Here we will take F statistics, then we will take the p value. P value is we accept the value from 99% to 95%. So here alpha will be 0.005 or 0.001. Now null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. What is null hypothesis? Null hypothesis is mu1, mu2 and all the group means are equal. H0 is, that is null hypothesis, states that all the sample means are equal. If it satisfies the condition of F, then we will go for this, and if it does not satisfy the condition, then we will go for alternative hypothesis that states that not all of the means are equal. At least one sample has different mean. State alpha, that is 0.05. Here we will go for the 95%. Degrees of freedom are k minus 1 and n minus 1. Here k is the number of samples, that is number of groups, and n is the total number of observations. Total number of observations in all the groups. Like we have 5 observations in each group, then total number of observations are 15. 5 plus 5 plus 5. State decision rule. If calculated value of F is greater than table value of F, reject HO. And if it does not have satisfied this condition, then we have to accept HO. Then calculate test statistic. Calculating variance between the samples. How we can calculate variance between the sample? Variance between the samples is, we will go for the calculating the variance between the group 1, group 2, group 3 between the samples, not within the sample, between the samples. That means between the sample 1, sample 2 and sample 3. For this we have to follow 5 steps. Calculate the mean of each sample. We have to calculate the mean of each sample. Calculate the grand average. What is the grand average? Grand average is the, first of all we will find the average of each and every group, then we will find the grand average. Take the difference between means of various samples and grand average. Like grand average is 15 and means is 10, 11 and 12. Then 10 minus 15, 11 minus 15 and 12 minus 15. Then we have to square these deviation and obtain total, which will give sum of squares between samples, that we call SSC. Then in step 5, divide the total obtained in step 4 by the degrees of freedom to calculate mean sum of square between the samples, that is called MSC. Now calculating variance within the samples. Here we have to calculate 3 variances within the samples. Within the sample 1, variance within the sample 2, variance within the sample 3. It is in one sample only, in 2 sample and in 3 sample. For this we have to calculate mean of each sample, then take the deviations of the various items in a sample from the mean values of the respective samples. Square these deviations and obtain total, which will give sum of square within the samples, that is SSE. Now in step 4, divide the total obtained in third step by the degrees of freedom to calculate the mean sum of square within the samples. For finding the ANOVA or F statistics, we have to calculate 2, that is the mean sum of square between the samples and mean sum of square between within the samples. The mean sum of square between the samples is SSC sum of squares between the samples divided by degrees of freedom, that is k minus 1, and mean sum of square within the sample is sum of square within the sample divided by degrees of freedom, that is n minus k. Here k is number of samples and n is total number of observations. How we will find the F statistics? In earlier slides we have seen F statistics. Then this is the formula to find F statistics, that is variability between the groups divided by variability within the groups, that is MSC divided by MSE. Now compare the F statistic value with F critical value, which is obtained by looking for it in F distribution table against degrees of freedom. If calculated value of F is greater than table value, then HO is rejected and we will go for alternative hypothesis. Now here we are going to understand that between group variance is largely relative to within group variance. So F statistic will be larger and greater than critical value. Conclusion: at least one of the group means is significantly different from the other groups. This is the between group variance. There are three groups in pink color, blue color and green color, and if we calculate the means between the groups, then it is called sum of square between the groups. And if we calculate the variance within the group, that is denoted by red line, that is within the group variance. Within group variance is larger and between group variance is smaller, then F will be smaller. Here black line shows between group variance and red line shows within group variance. If variance within group is larger, then F will be smaller. This is the table of one-way ANOVA. When we solve question, we have to make this table, and according to this table we will get the different terms. Source of variation, that is between n samples and within the samples. For the first column between n sample, that is the first row, SSC, we get SSC and we get SSE, and that is total. Total is the sum of variance between samples and variance within samples. Here we will state the degrees of freedom. Degree of freedom for between n sample is k minus 1 and within sample is n minus k. Mean square SSC divided by k minus 1. Mean sum of square between within sample is SSE divided by n minus k, and we will find the F ratio by dividing MSC to MSE, and then we will find the value in the table. If it will be greater than the table value, we will reject the null hypothesis. Here is the example of one-way ANOVA. You can calculate example with me also. 3 samples obtained from normal population with equal variances. Test the hypothesis that sample means are equal. Here is the table in which we have 3 samples. First of all, state null hypothesis. No significant difference in the means of 3 groups. We will go for the null hypothesis, that is the means of the 3 groups is equal. Then we will state the alpha, that will be 90%, 95% or 92%. We have just stated as 0.05. Then we will go for the degrees of freedom. K minus 1 is 2 because 3 minus 1 2, and total number of observations are 15, and 15 minus 3 is equals to 12. K is the number of groups, that is 3 groups, and N is the total number of observations. How much observations are there? There are 15 observations. Decision rule is table value of F at 5%. This 5% we will state in state alpha step second 0.05. Table value of F at 5% level of significance for degrees of freedom 2 and 12 is 3.88. If the calculated value of F is greater than 3.88, then H0 will be rejected, that is null hypothesis will be rejected. If it will be less than 3.88, then null hypothesis will be accepted. And last step is calculate test statistics. This is the group. We have find the group and total of each and every observation within the group. The total is 50 in of the group 1. If we add 10, 7, 14 and 11, we will get 50. If we add the observations of group 2, 7, 5, 10, 9 and 9, we will get 40, and in group 3 we will get 60. Mean of group 1 is 10, mean of group 2 is 8 and mean of group 3 is 12. How we will calculate the grand average? We will add the mean of 3 groups and divide it by 3 because we have 3 groups and we have grand average is equals to 10. Variance between samples. For calculating the variance between samples, sum of square between samples is calculated. For this we have to find the difference in the mean of each and every group and the grand average and multiply it by the number of observations within that group. M1 minus grand average whole square. By this whole observation equation we can find out the SSC, that is 40. Here N1 is number of observations in the group 1, M1 is mean of group 1, grand average we have calculated 10, N2 is number of observations in group 2, M2 is mean of group 2 and grand average we have already calculated, N3 is number of observations in group 3, M3 is mean of group 3. Now calculation of mean sum of squares between the sample, that is the main term for us to find F, that is SSC divided by K minus 1, because degrees of freedom for between the samples is K minus 1, between the samples means between the groups, and we have 3 groups and we have degrees of freedom K minus 1, that is 2. MSC we get is 20. Here K is number of samples and N is total number of observations. Now for the next variance within the samples, we have means of all the 3 groups. In this we have find the difference between the each and every observation and the mean and square of this term, that is x1 minus m1 square, x2 minus m2 square, x3 minus m2 square, and then we will do the total, and in total we get for group 1 30, for group 2 16 and for group 3 14. Sum of square within samples is we will add all the 3 values, we get 30, 16 and 40. Now we will calculate the mean sum of squares within the sample, that is SSE, that is 60 divided by degrees of freedom. This degrees of freedom is within the sample and we have already calculated it 12, so we get MSE equals to 5. Now calculation of F ratio, variability between groups divided by variability within group. F statistics is equals to MSC upon MSE, that is 20 divided by 5 is equals to 4. If we check the table value of F at 5% level of significance for degrees of freedom 2 and 12, that is 3.88, and calculated value is greater than 3.88, that is table value, and calculated value of F is 4, so HO is rejected. Hence there is significant difference in simple means. For shortcut method, this in this single slide we have just explained the shortcut method. What is the shortcut method says? Total number of all observations, we just find the total of all observations, that is the correction factor. Correction factor is 150, that is the total number of all observations, that we will add the total number of observations in all the 3 groups. Okay, correction factor is T square upon N. 150 square divided by total number of observations, that is 15, and we get it 1500. Total sum of squares, that we have just added an extra column, x1 square, x2 square and x3 square. We just square the each and every observation of the group. Square of 8 is 64, square of 10 is 100, and we will add all these 530, 336, 734, and we will subtract the correction factor from this and we will get the 100. Sum of square between samples is calculated by 50 square divided by 5, that is the total number of observations, or when we add the observations in the group 1 we get 50 divided by number of observations in that particular group, and for this we get 40. Sum of a square within the sample is 100 minus 40, and for this we get 60. 100 minus 40 means total sum of squares. We will subtract the sum of a square between samples from the total sum of squares, because total sum of a square is the addition of sum of a square between samples and sum of a square within samples. So this is the shortcut method for solving a without steps. Now violations of assumptions. We have assumed that the normal and one variable will be normal and other variable will be an interval or ratio. Choose a non-parametric Kruskal Wallis H test which does not require the assumption of normality. Homogeneity of variances, Welch test or Brown or Force test or Kruskal-Wallis H test. Now two-way ANOVA. When two independent variables, we are having a two independent variable, that is nominal and interval or ratio. An effect of one dependent variable, measurement scale. Compares relative influences on dependent variable. Examine interactions between independent variables, just as we had sum of squares and mean squares in one-way ANOVA, we have the same in two-way ANOVA. Include test of three null hypotheses. Here we have three null hypotheses, the two null hypotheses and interaction factor also. Means of observation grouped by one factor are same as one-way ANOVA. Means of observation grouped by the other factor are the same. Means of observation that are grouped by other factors, that is the other level, is also same. The third hypothesis is there is no interaction between two factors. The interaction test tells whether the effects of one factor depend on other factor or not. That is, the two factors are totally independent from each other and they have no interaction between each other. Example.